Uh, Good evening, Professor. Myself, Sai Karthik, and this presentation is about applying serverless computing to enhance the Algonquin pet store application. So, this is the actual overview architectural diagram of the Algonquin pet store, which we developed in our first semester. So our pet store uses microservices with a RabbitMQ for messaging and a relational database for data storage. So this setup is efficient, but it can be further improvised using serverless technologies for scalability, cost efficiency, and like simplified workflows. So next one, let's see the uh, serverless opportunities. So the several components could benefit from serverless migration. For example, like order processing, image uploads, email notifications, and payment handling can run on Azure Functions or Logic apps. And also the advantage is automatic scaling and pay per use model, which reduces infrastructure cost. So the next one would be like the trigger and binding design. So serverless functions are event driven, right? So for instance, when a new order is placed, an HTTP trigger in Azure function can start a workflow. So binding can connect the function to queues, blob storage, or else to any databases without writing very hard code or making the integrations. So that it makes the integration very seamless. So the next one, let's go to the look into the function training and orchestration. So some processes like order fulfillment involve multiple steps, like using durable functions in Azure or AWS step functions. We can chain functions together for sequential or parallel execution. This ensures workflow that can run reliably without manual monitoring. So the next one would be like the handling long running processes and using durable function also like handle like long running tasks with retires, timeouts, and compensation logics. So for example, if payment processing takes too long, the workflow can retry or roll back without manual intervention. So the next one would be like the CI/CD and deployment pipelines. To streamline the deployments, we will use GitHub Actions or Azure DevOps pipelines. This allows automatic testing and deployment of functions to the cloud whenever changes are committed, which ensures faster and safer releases. So the next one would be the security monitoring and observability. Security is critical, right? So we will use managed identities for secure resource access. Like we can give like role-based access control to limit permissions and application insights with log analytics for real-time monitoring. And these provides deep observability into function performance and security. The next one, let's see the difference between the Logic app and the Azure function. So some workflows are better suited for Logic app instead of functions. For example, like customer email notification can be built visually in Logic app without code. So Logic apps are easier for business processes, while functions are better for complex logics. Hybrid approach gives us even more flexibility. So the next one would be the messaging and event routing. So instead of RabbitMQ, we can also use Azure Service Bus or Event Grid. So these services offer built-in reliability, scalability, and also integration with other Azure services. And while this RabbitMQ gives more control, Azure Service Bus reduces maintenance overhead. The next one is the serverless. There's a last slide of this presentation, and let's talk about the serverless best practices in summary. To wrap this up, we have applied serverless best practices like using event-driven triggers, durable orchestration, and CI/CD pipelines, and strong security measures. This modernized the Algonquin pet store, making it more scalable, cost-efficient, and resilient. And thank you so much, Professor. That's all for the presentation.